Hi, I'm Chris Fulton and I'm just going to show you our COLL-IN presentation system. We're set up here in a theatre space where we have a 6x3 video wall. The concept of COLL-IN is to allow you to present multiple pieces of information in a far more engaging fashion than you would do if you were watching a big screen with single slides and a transition. It's interactive. We can touch the screen and call up a context menu. This allows us to call up our media, and in this particular case we've preloaded media onto the screen. We can call up images, so I have a graph and it's very easy. Just grab single finger, plonk it, there's a graph showing some information. I can resize that, I can move it around. I can call up other information, so here's a JPEG, this is a building diagram, and again this is very simple, 2 fingers just to resize it, and I can push it over there. Very easy to bring up multiple pieces of information. If I wanted, I could actually bring up some video. So I have a couple of videos on here, so I'll put this one down here, make it a little bit smaller. I'll start it playing, and it will start playing. You'll hear my voice being drowned out by some nice music as we see some duck being cut. I can also pull out another video if I wanted to and bring this video down here while it's still running. I could start both of them. We're going to get a little bit of a mixture of audio, but that's just because of the way we're set up at the moment. But then I can actually pause that one, or I could pause this one. So we can bring up videos, still images, we can bring up PDFs. So I'll bring up PDFs here. Here's a PDF. It's loaded with the PDF. We can actually slide through the pages of the PDF. So it allows us to look through the PDF. If we want to make some notes or annotation on the PDF, we have an annotation tool, so we can grab hold of that, and I can just simply draw over the top of the PDF to show a piece of information that I'm particularly interested, I want to draw the audience attention to. Once I've done that, I can go and continue browsing through the PDF, and when I come back to that page, it remembers the annotation. So this gives us the ability to actually generate a story as part of our presentation, annotate it, save it for later use. While we've got all of this, we can move it around, position it as we want. We also have a privacy option. So for instance, I'm in a fairly large presentation theatre designed for about 30 to 40 people. If somebody walks in and I don't want them to see what's happening, we have a privacy button, I can press it, and there you go, it's disappeared. Once I'm happy to bring it back, I can bring it back. We have post-it notes, so if I move over here, I can actually go in and design some post-it notes. I'm a real expert at drawing squiggly lines. We can have multiples, so I can call up, and we'll bring up another post-it. There we go, and we can change the colour, and I'll do different squiggly lines. We have a whiteboard capability. So over here, I'll bring in a whiteboard. So we'll bring that out to here. I can have multiple pages. So these boxes here represent multiple pages of whiteboards. And I can go in and start dragging. And as you see, I've got a couple of hands, so we can have multiple people using the whiteboard. We can change the colours, we can change the thickness of the lines. We get a little thumbnail as we go through. If I wanted to look at another, I'll do my squiggly lines again, why not? So we can see there's some squiggly lines here, but there's the multiple lines here, and I can go through the pages. I can add in some sticky notes. So I have a sticky note here, which I can go and resize. If I want to put something in that, I can say, hi, Chris. If I spell my name right, there we go, and there's Chris in a sticky note, which we can actually save as part of the presentation. So this gives us a lot of capability to present multiple information. One of the key things we have, which is unique to our product, is we can call in live inputs. So if you have somebody turn up late and you don't want to preload any of this material onto the system, you can actually plug a laptop in and have that displayed, or multiple laptops. So at the moment I only have one laptop, but we could have 4 different live video sources in. So again, what I'll do is just drag that on, and here's a laptop. Now, rather than me going to have to walk off to the side of the stage to go and touch and play with the laptop to call up some information, I can actually, from here, quite easily click on the COLL-IN system, and then with no software, just a cable connection, we actually have that touch transferred through. And in this particular case, I just brought up Edge. The laptop's not connected to the internet, but it showed it was actually working. So from here, I can actually touch that, and you've seen the laptop is now closed. So that gives us the ability to take live input from third-party input devices, a laptop or a desktop sharing device, a multiple puck sharing device, or a video conferencing, can all be put into a system and live. One of the key things that we can do is we can save all of this information, and then we can recall it at a later date. So if we have presentations that we need to present on a regular basis, we can save those presentations as sessions, and then at a later time call those sessions up to start off from where we last left off, or as part of a new training exercise. So we can double click. We have something called a session center. In the session center, I haven't got anything really defined except in our workspace. Here's a workspace which we've previously created, and if you watch, I'll just drag that in, and there you go. It's actually done a couple of things. It's closed down the existing workspace, and now it's brought up the COLL-IN on a new whiteboard. It's brought up the video, so the video will play quite happily. It's brought up the PDF. So we've got the PDF. You'll also notice that we have annotation capability over the top of multiple windows. That gives us the ability to actually annotate and save that information. So COLL-IN gives you a very slick, engaging presentation platform where you have multiple information on screen. You can combine it into a particular timeline if you want to have multiple things on screen. You can call up sessions of multiple information. You can annotate across to them. You can save that for later download as part of a training exercise. Thank you very much.